All right, slight departure on this episode. Normally, I get home from work during the week, change out of my clothes, put on a ratty old t-shirt, and cook my supper. And I usually shoot that, so I have a day or two, or if it's early in the week, the whole week to edit. It's Saturday morning, and this episode's going up tomorrow, so I'm going into town. So I took a shower and I'm dressed. Therefore, I don't do this on a lot of shows, but I'm going for the apron because I have a little chopping to do. And I'm really excited for this dish. I mentioned it last week. Zee Guy sent me this. Again, congratulations on the wedding, you guys. This show's going out to Zee and Linda. He sent me this. They had this in Montauk, and he sent me the YouTube vid, and I've actually watched this girl a lot. Woman, Korean woman. Mangchi. Mangchi is her channel. She's great. She's adorable. Cooks some amazing Korean food. So I am going to link this video in the description box to give her full credit where credit is due. This is not my recipe. It's hers. And I'm just doing it by memory. I watched her video a bunch of times. So I'm going to kind of wing it from memory. And I mentioned it last week because I didn't have it. I had everything else in the house except the gochujang. I got it. This is, think miso, but spicy chili miso. Love this stuff. So let's go over to the marble. I've got everything else out, and we'll get started on this. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, very simple dish. I've got some white rice. It's almost done. It's got a minute and a half left, so you'll probably hear the timer go off. Of course, the gochujang, toasted sesame oil. She uses a scallion at the end. I pulled one of this actually looks like a scallion. This was actually a red onion that didn't get anywhere. So, scallion. A little bit of water. Sesame seeds. I've got some nori to finish with at the end. Right? Seaweed paper. Seaweed wraps. And the main star of the dish, and this is why the Zee Guy sent it to me, and I'm really excited. I finished my jar number 1. This is my final jar of 2024 kimchi from my summer Napa cabbage, which was out of this world. I also made a little sauerkraut with it. So let's get a little kimchi out to chop for starters. We're also going to want some of the juice. Not making a big batch. She made it for her family. You'll see that when you watch hers. I'm just having a little bite before I go out the door. I made like a little less than a cup of rice, and I probably won't even eat all of that. I'll save some for later. Well, I'll probably cook the whole thing now, so let's get some kimchi out. Okay, that's the rice. Turn that off. Turn the flame off, and now we're going to let that sit while we prep. So that's good. That's maybe a cup or so of kimchi. Get a little bit more. Now let's get some juice out of this. She adds that in to the stir fry. Kimchi bokkeumbap. It's a stir-fried dish, and I saw another one where she did it with seafood, scallops, shrimp, clams. Might have to try that down the line. Get some of this nice kimchi juice out of here. Okay, and we have our water, so that's good. All right, what I'm going to do for starters is give this kimchi a nice little chop. Oh, this is so good. I did it right this time. I got the fermented shrimp. If you watched my kimchi episode, that was also a great batch. I mean, you can't go wrong. You don't even need the shrimp, really. but it adds such a little umami. But if you watched my episode when I made the kimchi, I took shrimp shells that I had and I dried them in the toaster oven, ground them into a powder, and used that. And it worked great. Okay, let me set this camera at the stove and we'll get started. All right, here we go. Let's get a flame underneath this cast iron. I have this flame on because I want to toast my nori a little. Let me turn it down. I'm just going to lay this right on here. Keep a close eye on it. Just want to toast it for a second. Drew a little flame there, but that's okay. We're only using a few pieces from this side. Like I said, very small batch. Actually, this is... Oh, yeah. Even though it got charred, it's delicious. Actually, maybe like it better like that. Okay, quick toast on the nori. Let's get a little... This is my light olive oil. She's using vegetable oil. I don't keep any in the house. Everything here is olive oil, sesame oil. Okay, light toast on the nori. Let's get our kimchi in. Oops. You know what? I turned on the wrong burner. So let's give that a second to warm up. I turned the rice back on. That's looking beautiful. We did a rice show, right? You don't need a fancy rice cooker. You need a pot and a flame and a tight lid. That's all you need for beautiful white rice. Okay, I got this on kind of high. Let's get the kimchi in. I don't know if it's going to sizzle yet. Let's get a little more heat on that before we dump it all in. When that starts to sizzle, I'll pop it in. Okay, starting to get some sizzle. Kimchi. Get the rest of it in. All right, we'll cook that for about a minute. Chop up my scallion while I wait. Slash red onion. I'm used to eating kimchi more or less raw. I mean, I have put it on pizzas, but foods change when you cook them. Often, most often, for the better. Okay, white rice, freshly cooked. That's a little hot. Let's get, I'm not going to put all of this in. Save some and make a little fried rice. There we go. She used 3 cups of rice, I believe, to a cup of kimchi. So I'm doing about half her recipe. Get a spoon for this. I'm going to lower the heat to medium. Give this a nice little stir fry. And let's put in the kimchi juice. This will add a punch of flavor and help color the rice a little. And she also added a little bit of water so as not to burn the rice. Smells great already. Now, as I said, I'm going with about half of what the recipe was on her channel. So she had 2 tablespoons. I'll go with 1 of the red pepper paste. Gochujang, a healthy one. I'm going to whip that out. A teaspoon to her 2 of sesame oil. Oh, that red pepper paste. It's sweet and spicy at the same time. Give everything a mix. And that's basically the dish. Couldn't be simpler. Fry your kimchi in a little bit of oil. Add your rice. Stir fry for a couple of minutes. A minute, really. And then flavor it up. Kimchi juice, water, chili paste, and sesame oil. Alright, over to the marble. I'm going to plate this up. Heat goes off. Okay, now on her channel, she did everything right in the pot. I'm going to leave some of this in the pot for later. As I said, I'm heading out the door, so I'm going to do it in the bowl. She was serving a family, so she just, everything I'm about to do here, she did right in the cooking pot. But, another drizzle of sesame oil. Our chopped scallion. Some sesame seeds. I suppose I could have toasted these, but I'm not worried about it. And a little bit of the nori. I know these are barber scissors, but they're not used for cutting hair around here. They're my kitchen shears. I don't need hair cutting scissors here. I go to my boy Sod. Alright, let's dig in. Kimchi bokkeumbap. Mix those onions in. Oh yeah. First time for me. I hadn't had this dish before. Thank you, Zee Guy. Thank you, Linda. This is great. And yes, the kimchi takes on a whole nother character from being fried. So good. Gochujang. There's a million things you could do with this. I stir-fried some shrimp with it the other night. Great ingredient to have in the fridge. Right. I'm going to finish up my bowl here, so I'm not going into town hungry. And I'm off to get some grocery, among other things. I'll see you for the next episode.
Come on, let's do it.